Life can change in an instant, and for Iam Tongi, tragedy struck when he least expected it. In this compelling video, we dive into his life, revealing the emotional struggles and devastating loss that have influenced his remarkable journey in the music industry. Iam Tongi was born in 2003 on the picturesque island of Oahu, Hawaii, into a family deeply rooted in the rich cultural traditions of Polynesia. Growing up, Iam was surrounded by music. His father played guitar, and his mother often sang traditional Hawaiian songs. The vibrant sounds of ukuleles and the gentle strumming of guitars filled their modest home, creating an environment that nurtured his burgeoning passion for music. From a young age, Iam showed immense talent, often performing at local gatherings, school events, and family functions. However, his childhood was not without hardships. His family faced financial struggles, and Iam watched his parents work tirelessly to provide for their needs. Despite the challenges, they remained a close-knit unit, often gathering in the evenings to share food, laughter, and music. These moments instilled in Iam the values of resilience and community, where music became not just a form of entertainment, but a vital source of comfort and strength. His formative years were imbued with the spirit of aloha, an important concept in Hawaiian culture that speaks to love, peace, and compassion. Living in such a culturally rich environment influenced Iam's musical style, as he began weaving elements of Hawaiian melodies into his original compositions. He was especially inspired by the Hawaiian icon Israel Kamakawiwo Ole, whose heartfelt renditions of Hawaiian music resonated deeply with him. Iam's passion for music burgeoned as he began writing his own songs, channeling his emotions into lyrics that spoke to the human experience. However, as he entered his teenage years, life would take a tragic turn that would challenge everything he thought he knew about stability, family, and his own identity. In 2021, as Iam was just beginning to find his footing as an emerging artist, tragedy struck his family with a ferocity that would change his life forever. Iam's father, who had been not only his strongest supporter but also his lifelong mentor, was diagnosed with a terminal illness. This devastating news sent shockwaves through Iam's world, plunging him into an abyss of fear, uncertainty, and profound sorrow. His father had always been the cornerstone of Iam's musical journey, a guiding light who taught him not just the nuances of songwriting, but also the very essence of creativity and self-expression. From a young age, Iam would sit at his father's feet, absorbing every lesson passed down through shared moments filled with laughter and music. The songs they collaborated on together were imbued with not only melody, but also the richness of their relationship. His father had encouraged him to dream big, instilling in him the confidence that he could reach for the stars, no matter how distant they seemed. However, the diagnosis of a terminal illness cast a shadow over those aspirations, bringing about a swift and merciless decline in his father's health that was as shocking as it was heartbreaking. Each visit to the hospital became a painful reminder of the cruel twist of fate. Iam found himself grappling with the haunting reality that he was on the verge of losing the person who meant the world to him. He desperately clung to the memories of their shared moments, replaying in his mind the melodies and harmonies they had crafted together, searching for solace in the music that once bridged their hearts. In the months that followed, the family faced an emotional whirlwind that was exhausting both physically and mentally. There were hospital visits filled with cautious hope during moments when his father seemed to rally, only to be followed by devastating news that left Iam feeling completely helpless and lost. The unpredictable nature of health issues wove a complex tapestry of emotions that fluctuated daily, creating a roller coaster of hope and despair that he had never anticipated. As his father's condition worsened, music, once a source of immense joy and creative freedom, turned into a painful reminder of the love and support that Iam was about to lose. The guitar that had been an extension of himself now felt like a burden, each strum echoing his heartache. It was a bittersweet experience. Every note reminded him of the countless hours spent creating together and the longing to continue that journey. Iam found himself at an impasse, brimming with emotions that begged for an outlet. In the face of this profound adversity, Iam made a pivotal decision. He chose to pour his heart into his music as a way to cope with the grief that threatened to overwhelm him. He began to channel his fear, sorrow, and unwavering love for his father into lyrics that bared his soul in a way he had never attempted before. Immersed in his craft, he started writing a song, a heartfelt tribute that embodied both his gratitude for the lessons learned and the cherished memories of their time together. Each line he penned served as a cathartic release, allowing him to articulate feelings of love, loss, despair, and hope. The nuances of his father's teachings echoed through the lyrics, painting a vivid picture of the man who had shaped his artistry. Beyond the anguish and heartache, Iam found solace in the creative process, pouring his very being into the song, hoping against hope that it would honor his father's remarkable legacy. Tragically, however, his father passed away shortly after, leaving an insurmountable gaping hole in Iam's heart. The grief that washed over him was all-consuming. It felt as though the very air had been sucked out of his world. Yet, rather than succumb to the despair that threatened to engulf him, Iam made a solemn vow to continue the journey they had begun together. He resolved to use his art as both an escape and a means of remembrance, dedicating himself to ensuring that his father's spirit would live on through the music he created. This profound loss would go on to shape not only his artistic voice, but also redefine his understanding of resilience. Iam learned that grief is not merely an end, it can also serve as a powerful motivator. Through sharing his pain and vulnerability with others, he discovered the profound power of storytelling. His father's passing ignited a deeper understanding of the universality of human experience. The idea that while individual struggles may differ, the emotions tied to love and loss are shared among many. Iam began to view his music through a different lens, recognizing that his journey could resonate with others, offering them solace amidst their own challenges. In this way, his father's legacy became a guiding force, propelling him forward as he forged ahead into the world of music. By embracing the lessons imparted to him, Iam not only honored his father's memory, but also utilized his artistic abilities to foster connections that could bridge the gap between pain and healing. His father's influence became a driving force, reminding him that while life may present heart-wrenching trials, there is an inherent strength to be found in vulnerability, an understanding that by expressing one's truth, he could touch the hearts of many. In this way, the voice of his father echoed through the very fabric of his work, guiding him to not only create art, but to cultivate a community of empathy and connection through shared experiences of grief and loss. Following his father's passing, Iam Tongi found himself at a profound crossroads where he could either retreat into the shadows of his grief or use this painful experience as a catalyst for growth and creativity. In the depths of sorrow, he bravely chose the latter path. Every strum of his guitar became an opportunity to confront raw emotions that, prior to his loss, he had perhaps kept hidden or unexplored. Music became his therapeutic outlet, a sacred space where he could process his sorrow and channel it into something creative and meaningful. As he immersed himself in songwriting, his artistry evolved, becoming more introspective and reflective of the inner turmoil he faced while simultaneously celebrating his father's life, teachings, and the cherished memories they had shared. As Iam began to share his music with a wider audience through local performances, he quickly discovered the power of connection that could be forged through art. Audiences were captivated not just by the raw, emotional delivery of his songs, but by the depth of his lyrics. His words spoke not only of his personal grief, but resonated with shared human experiences of love, loss, resilience, and hope. Each performance became much more than just a concert. It transformed into a cathartic experience for both Iam and his listeners. With every note played and every lyric sung, Iam evolved from just another aspiring artist into a beacon of hope for others, navigating the treacherous waters of their own tragedies. After his shows, fans would approach him and share their own stories, revealing a tapestry woven from threads of pain and resilience. They expressed gratitude for his ability to articulate emotions they had long suppressed, reinforcing the idea that he was not alone in his struggles. Those moments of connection were incredibly profound, like a collective sigh of relief in which attendees could find solace and understanding, recognizing that vulnerability was a shared human experience. With each song, Iam built connections that transcended word, weaving a community of support and understanding among those who had faced similar heartaches. His performances became a gathering place for healing, where people from all walks of life could come together, share their narratives, and find comfort in the comforting embrace of music. It was in these spaces that I began to notice the healing power of song, a universal balm capable of bridging gaps between individuals and allowing hearts to connect. His breakthrough moment came unexpectedly, was discovered by talent scouts at a local event. This pivotal encounter led him to perform on larger stages and gain national attention, propelling him deeper into the world of music. While his fame grew, so did his commitment to honoring his father's memory with each note he played. Each stage upon which he performed became more than just a platform for recognition. It transformed into a sacred space where he could advocate for emotional expression and the healing power of music. Iam used his newfound platform to spread awareness about the importance of mental health, encouraging listeners to embrace their feelings, share their truths, and understand that vulnerability can be a source of strength. He wanted to ensure that his father's spirit lived on through every note he played, serving not only as a reminder of his influence, but as a testament to the beauty of art created from pain. As he grew into his role as an artist and advocate, Iam Tongi became a voice for those grappling with loss, forging a path that illuminated the profound connections between heartache, healing, and the power of music to bring people together. As Iam Tongi rose to national prominence, he transformed into not only an extraordinary musician, but also a passionate advocate for mental health awareness and the critical importance of sharing one's struggles. Emerging from a place of deep personal tragedy, he recognized that music could serve as a powerful bridge between isolation and community, allowing individuals to connect on a profoundly human level. With each performance and song he released, Iam took it upon himself to ensure that his art conveyed a greater purpose, one that echoed the complexities of the human experience. In interviews, panel discussions, and public appearances, Iam spoke candidly about his own encounters with grief, loss, and the emotional burdens that often accompany them. He encouraged his audience to embrace vulnerability, urging them to understand that seeking support during dark times is not a sign of weakness, but a courageous step towards healing. Iam emphasized that pain is a universal experience, asserting that everyone's struggle, no matter how unique, can resonate with another person's journey. Often, this pain lurks just beneath the surface, hidden behind smiles or polite conversations. By sharing our story, the heart-wrenching, the beautiful, the uplifting, we can forge connections that heal, creating a shared space of understanding and empathy. His heartfelt message resonated widely, particularly among young people who often feel pressured to suppress their emotions in a culture that values stoicism and self-reliance. Iam sought to dismantle the stigma surrounding mental health, creating a movement wherein sharing one's truth became not only a source of strength, but a badge of honor rather than a mark of shame. His music, characterized by its authenticity and raw emotion, evolved into anthems for those navigating the dark waters of loss and grief, reminding listeners that it is perfectly okay to feel deeply and express their vulnerability. Each song served as an invitation to look inward and embrace those feelings rather than shy away from them, nurturing a sense of community through shared experiences. In his latest album, Iam introduced tracks that not only reflected his own personal journey through grief, but also aimed to empower others in their journeys, encouraging listeners to find hope and resilience amidst adversity. By weaving tales of strength and survival into his lyrics, Iam's artistry began to transcend mere tragedy. It blossomed into a profound celebration of life and the enduring, unbreakable bonds of love that linger long after loss. His father's legacy, once a source of profound sadness, was transformed into a powerful driving force behind Iam's mission to inspire and uplift others. He channeled his grief into a creative outlet that honored his father's memory, while advocating for a deeper understanding of mental health. Today, Iam stands not just as a talented musician, but as a robust symbol of resilience, challenging societal norms about emotional expression. He proves that even in our darkest moments of despair, we can discover light and purpose, allowing our pain to become a bridge to connect with others and to create something meaningful and beautiful. As he continues to touch lives through his music and advocacy, Iam Tongi inspires countless individuals to embrace their own narratives, share their truths, and ultimately find healing in the collective power of community.